Yo, so today I'd like to follow up from my video from yesterday where I answered the question, yo Elliot, how is it that you've been with the same woman for so many years and not grown bored? So those of you guys who don't know, my wife and I have been together since we were teenagers. We started dating in high school. We're 40 years old now. We got 4 children together. We've been together for over 25 years. How is it that you maintain a satisfying marriage over all those years and not get bored or want to be with someone else or seek out excitement? And so I answered that question yesterday, but I took it down sort of a rabbit hole route where I spoke about the 3 things that a woman can provide you with. But today I'd like to get a little bit more personal. I'd also like to get a little bit more sappy with you. I'm going to be a little corny here with you guys because I wrote a long list of all the things that Colleen and I do that are a little different, that keep us deeply in love, keep the flame in our relationship going. And so I got that list. I want to share it with you. But before I say that, I got to warn you, she and I are very different. She and I are very different from most people. And so we started dating when we were teenagers. We've been together the entire time. We have been married and have 4 children. And so our situation is unique. I am totally convinced that the reason why we're still together is purely by the grace of God. The way we got together was weird. I'll tell you that story another time. The way we ended up, we didn't go to the same schools, but then all of a sudden something happened and she had to come to the same school as me when we were in high school. That was like a fluke. Just our entire experience has just been like, I don't want to say fluke, but just like serendipitous. All kinds of strange things that have happened. And I look back and I'm like, wow, it's kind of strange how we've been together for so long. But it is perfect. And so she's weird. I gotta lay that out there. Colleen, I often call her an extraterrestrial. She's not your normal woman. She is so different in so many different ways. I don't even know where to begin, but she's a perfect match for me because I'm a weirdo too. And it just, it seems like because we're both sort of eccentric in our own ways, that she probably wouldn't have done real well with someone other than me, and I probably wouldn't have done real well with someone other than her. It's almost like we were made for one another. I know that sounds corny before I even start getting cornier here, but we are like a match made in heaven. We fit with each other perfectly, like right from the get-go. And so that's why we've lasted so long, among many other things. But I put that out there because I want you to know that I don't expect you to hear my experience and things that we do and the way we are and think that you can just go out there and mirror that or find a woman that's down to be this way, because we're weird. And so if you're weird like me and you find another weirdo like my wife, then maybe these things will work for you. So here we go. I got this list. And mind you, as I say these things, remember, we've been dating, we've been together over 25 years. We were teenagers, we all through high school, all through college. Now we've got high school student children, and our life is exponentially better year after year. So here I go with my corny list about Colleen and I and all the quirky things that we do that keep us in love, or I would say is a manifestation of the love that we have for one another. I don't know if it's because we do these things or we just love each other so much that we do these things. So number 1, we smile at each other a lot. It's a weird thing. Like when she passes by or if I pass by, normally one of us, if not both of us at the same time, smile. We smile, we look at each other a lot, and we blow kisses. Like I just did it. Was a reminder to put it on the list. We just did it. I just left and I came up here to make a video and I blew a kiss. We probably blow 2 dozen kisses at each other all day long. We blow kisses at our kids now too. So it's, a lot of the things that we do between us, our kids get to see it or they get to experience it. And we blow kisses in my house. But anyway, yeah, we look at each other. Oh, right? We're grown adults who've been together for 27 years and we still look at each other. And she'll look at me and she still gets shy. One of the things, she'll look at me and she will still get red. One of the things I thought was real cute when we started dating is we look at each other and she'd cover her face and she turn red. Like her love, both of us, we wear our love on our sleeve. We don't pretend, we don't play, we don't hide anything. There's no games between us. We're very transparent about our love. And so she wears it on her face. She smiles, she giggles, she covers her face, she blushes. I still make her blush. Weird, right? I tell you, she's an extraterrestrial. And so we smile at each other a lot. We say, I love you about 100 times a day. I love you, wife. I love you, husband. And we call each other husband and wife. I think that's important because there was a point when we started having children and we started calling each other mommy and daddy. And I was like, this is getting awkward. This is weird. I knew there was something wrong with it. So I said, let's refer to each other as husband and wife. And so, you know, of course we were saying, I love you, but at least a dozen times a day, I love you, wife. I don't know where. I just get this overwhelming sense of love for her and I just shout it out. I'll be sitting and I'll just be doing work and I'm like, hey, wife, I love you. She'd say, I love you, husband. I love you, husband. I love you, wife. We're weird, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you guys do it, but we say I love you a lot, all the time, like randomly, all throughout the day. And we spend, even though everybody's on quarantine right now and everybody's spending all this time with their family, with their wives and their husbands, I'm hearing that the divorce rate is going through the roof because people are staying home with one another. I work from home and she's a homemaker. And so we never tire of each other. We're in the house together all day long. In fact, if I spend too much time upstairs and then come downstairs and she's in the kitchen cooking, she'll say, I missed you, don't leave me, stick around for a little bit, and then I'll work downstairs for a little bit. We enjoy each other's company. We would rather be around each other than not be around each other. So, I'm just giving you some bonus stuff. Next on the list, we sit, this is something a little, people thought it was strange at first, and the people at the, that work at the restaurant, they recognize us as the couple that sits next to each other. We sit next to each other in a restaurant. We always get a booth. I hate having chairs. And we sit next to each other and just so that we can be touching hip to hip. Right? I told you, it's corny. It's what it is. And so we sit each other and we like to make sure that we're touching. So if we're sitting at the restaurant, like her arm will rub against my arm, or sometimes she'll do that purposely, just rub, or our legs. But I hate being across from her because we can't touch. And then we put our hands across and put hands on each other. But then it gets awkward because we can't eat. So whenever we go to the restaurant, it's always, she goes in the booth and I sit right next to her. Quirky little thing some people do. Maybe it's something you could try, though, if you needed a little spice in your marriage or something. But like I said, most of this stuff we just do, I guess, because we love each other. Next is we, quote unquote, snuggle to sleep. So when we get into bed at night before we go to sleep, I'm usually laying all on top of her. I got my leg, my arm on top of her. And we won't go to sleep without that. In fact, it's hard we don't like to fall asleep without doing that. I don't like to. It's a little more difficult for me to sleep if I don't snuggle her. And the same thing with her. And some nights I'll be so tired that I'll just put my hand on her and it's become a joke. Like I'm just too tired or it's too hot and I just put my hand in her. And before we'll doze off, she'll call me over. She'll be like, come over here and snuggle me. And I'm like, all right. But of course, as soon as I go there, I'm knocked out because she helps me fall asleep. I help her fall asleep. Next one, we shower together daily. People, I think being in the shower is kind of like a sexy thing. And you go in the shower and to go have sex or to do something sexy. We just bathe together, right? Every day when it's time to shower, we go upstairs and shower together. I think, I didn't know it was weird because we did it for so long, but then, we told it to someone or like Colleen's friends found out and they tease her. Oh, is it shower time with your hubby? And so, yeah, we have shower time. She and I always shower together. We clean each other. We wash each other's backs, right? We wash each other's backs. We go on date night once a week. I know that sounds corny. Always sounds corny, but I'm laying it out there for you guys so you know where I'm at. So we go to a restaurant. We go to the same restaurant this is what's really strange. We go to the same restaurant every single weekend. Every single Friday, we go to the same restaurant, basically order the same thing, but we get all dressed up. We literally get dressed up, go to the restaurant, and come home. She puts on all her makeup, she puts on her perfume, she puts on a nice dress. What she likes to do is put on like multiple dresses and come downstairs, or I come upstairs and watch her, and she'll say this one or that one. She loves dressing up, putting on different dresses, and asking me which one to wear. And so she dresses up for me. Me dressing up is, guess what? I got a shirt the same color with a collar. And so we dress up. We dress up just to go eat, sit next to each other, and come home, literally. We don't go out after that. We just come home. Here's another one. We never argue or fight. And we've had we've gone to seminars and stuff before, like other couples and stuff. And they try to make us fight because they were like, this doesn't make any sense. You guys, they thought we had like a shallow relationship. Well, you should be arguing. There should be something there. And I believe these people. And I believe people that said if you don't have arguments in your relationship, then you don't have a strong enough relationship. Like there's something wrong with the relationship. Well, all the people I see arguing and fighting in a relationship got fucked up relationships. She and I do not fight. We do not fight. We do not argue. We do not fight. Every once in a while we'll have a disagreement, and we definitely don't agree on everything, but it never becomes emotional. If anything, just being transparent with you, I've been the one that would get more angry than her. Right? We've had times where I'm just like, I used to be a beta, man. I gotta tell you. She's been with me through this entire journey. Beta Elliot to Alpha Elliot. Right? I've grown up. She's watched me grow up. I've watched her grow up. We've grown up together. We were kids. And so, but we never fight. We hold hands a lot. Even at home, we hold hands. We sit next to each other, we hold hands. We're walking out on the street, we hold hands. While we're driving, we have a specific way of putting the water bottle in the dashboard so that we could hold hands. It's a little weird, but we hold hands all the time. And we have a special way of holding hands too, where she curls her hands and I curl mine over hers. And we've been doing it since we were high school, walking to school together. Same hand holding, and I love it. Right? It doesn't get old. That's one of the things I'm going to get to here. Like people are like, don't you lose excitement? No, man, it doesn't get old to me. I don't know. And I'm an Aries. I'm always looking for new adventures. The whole thing is that my life is so exciting with all my businesses and all the videos and all the things that I do that I don't want excitement at home. I'll tell you about that in a moment. We call each other husband and wife. I thought that was a little weird and I wanted to share that with you. I call her wife. She calls me husband. That's it. We take little vacations. We go away together. We leave the kids. We flirt and touch a lot. I can't keep my hands off her ass. She's got I don't know. Her butt is such a way that is perfect for my hand. Right? I told you she was created perfect for me, and so it's the natural place for my hand to go. And so all day long I'm just grazing. I walk in the kitchen, I graze past her butt, or I walk past her and I gotta hold her butt. I don't know. And she does the same thing where she wants to touch me. She wants to be close. We touch and we flirt a lot. She'll come over and we'll kiss. Flirt and touch a lot. We say thank you a lot. Super important. That's one that she reminded me of, but I already had it on the list. But she said, we are so grateful for one another. We say thank you for everything all the time. Even after sex, it's so funny. Sometimes we'll both say it at the same time. After sex, thank you. You'll hear both of us saying it at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. Or I'll say thank you, then she'll say thank you. But we always say thank you. We say thank you for everything. She cooks for me, thank you. I drive somewhere, thank you. I pay the bills, she says thank you. It's just, we're constantly grateful for one another, and we say it, we verbalize it. We visualize the future together, right? Like, we visualize where we are right now, and I visualize being old with her. I like to talk to her about that. I like to talk to her about, hey, one day it's gonna be us when I see an old couple. We lift together, right? Basic stuff, gotta be strong together, and that's why she stays fit. We give each other our best years. That's something real important. Another concept for another time. I gotta keep this video under 15 minutes. I'm gonna go through the rest real quick. We have long hugs. We'll take time out of the day, just hug for a long time, long hugs. 30-second, 1-minute hugs. We accept each other's flaws. In fact, I love her flaws. Her flaws kind of turn me on. It's a little bit weird. Like the things that you would think would be a turn off are actually a turn on, because I'm weird. We put our marriage before our children, right? We don't put the children between each other. We compliment each other on our appearances all the time. I always tell her, I think you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh, you look so good. You're making me drool. We forgive and don't hold on to grudges. Here's one. I got a couple minutes left. It's really important. Sex is satisfying, but not over the top. Somebody asked me about that. I say, Elliot, how do you keep your sex life exciting? Well, it's exciting because we're excited about each other. We don't watch porn, we don't role play, we don't use toys. We have normal sex, but because we love each other so much, it's exciting. It's the love that's exciting. We get naked and we start giggling. Of course I make her giggle, I tickle her and I tickle her with my tongue and we have a whole lot of fun. It's very fun, but we don't do anything over the top. We don't need anything extravagant because That's enough. And then finally, the last thing I want to say, I got 10 seconds left, is I don't need excitement in my marriage. I don't want an exciting marriage. I don't need a drama-filled marriage. I don't need a roller coaster in my marriage. My life is exciting enough. Done.